everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss the short story written by Ruskin Bond, and the name of the story is No Room for a Leopard. Let's summarize it in even shorter way. We have mainly one character. He's the protagonist of the story, and he lives in a village, and then he goes to the forest from time to time. When he started going to the forest in the beginning, the animals were a little bit scared of him, the birds were a little bit scared of him. So if he would enter, the birds would start like chirping, cha 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 cha, and even the animals would leave, or he could see them leaving. But slowly they saw that because this person, this protagonist, he loves to be around nature. He doesn't want to harm the nature or the animals or the birds. He just, keeps doing his own things. So slowly they opened up to him, and they were like really comfortable being around our protagonist, to the point that he actually saw a leopard once, but the leopard did not attack him and he did not attack leopard. So he was a part of the jungle. Now the forest was seeing him as one of their own. That the birds were not scared of him, the animals were not scared of him, the deer, the leopard, all of them, they all, and the protagonist, like this human, they all started living in cohesion with each other, right? They were not scared of each other and they were fine with each other. Life was going smoothly, happily like this. Our protagonist was happy going to the forest, and the animals not welcoming, but the animals not being scared of him. So his life was going fine. Suddenly one day when he was in the jungle, he see that the group of people, men, they are looking for something, right? They're talking, they have guns, and they're looking for something, they're searching. So he asks them, what are you looking for? And then they said that we are looking for a leopard. We know that there's a leopard here, and leopard skin being sold for a very huge amount in the market. So we are here to look for that leopard. So we'll kill him and we'll sell his skin. Now keep that in mind that now it's not allowed, it's illegal to kill these wild animals. But this story was written like about independence, pre-independence probably. So at that time it was not illegal to kill animals, or even if it was, people were still doing it just fine. They would sell it in the black market. It's not that as strict as it is right now. So now you cannot try to do that. Don't. And also animal cruelty is bad. Hunters, they were looking for this leopard so that they would kill him, get his skin, and sell it in the market. Author and our protagonist, of course, because the story is in first person. So now he doesn't want them to kill this leopard, because even if he's not friends with the leopard, but he's kind of a part of his life now. So he says, okay, good luck with that, and he leaves because he cannot stop these hunters from hunting. He cannot do that. So he leaves from there, and the hunters, they tell him, you should be very careful. There's a leopard in this forest and he might hunt you, he might kill you. And the protagonist is just fine because he has seen the leopard and he knows it's not harmful. Now he's a little bit worried, but he can't do anything. So what we see is that the next time he goes to the forest, all the animals and the birds are a little bit scared of him. When he entered the forest, the birds, they flew away, the animals, they ran away, and he kind of felt that the harmony of the forest was somehow in distraught, and it wasn't the same as it was before. So he felt that, he could feel, he could sense that, and he was just a little bit unsure, like what happened, what is it, what is it that changed. And then he heard those loud noises of the trumpets and the drums of men, like tush, yeah. So then he went, and then he saw that the leopard was hung upside down from the wooden stick, or the wood, and he was hunted. So finally he was hunted by these hunters, and he was dead, and all the might and all the ferociousness which he had before, all of it was gone. Now he was just a dead body, and the men were celebrating, the village was celebrating. But the author, he felt sick and he felt guilty from inside, because he felt that because he is a human, right? And the animals, they are inherently, they know that they have to be scared of these humans. But because he was good to those animals, the animals, they let their guard down. Even the leopard, he thought that maybe humans aren't so bad, and he let the guard down. Otherwise, if he would have seen these men, he would have run away from them. But because he was so comfortable with our protagonist, that he didn't run away from these men either, and that's how he got killed. And this is what is making him sad and also guilty. He is just thinking about like how things change. What if he was not so comfortable with these animals? there were so many what ifs, but he can't do anything about it. And now the animals are scared of him again. He thinks that maybe it's for the better, because at least then these animals will not be killed, because he is a good human, or he is a person who doesn't hurt animals, but then there are hundreds of men who would hurt them, so maybe it's better for them. And then he just thinks about all these things, and then he remembers that a quote or a line written by D.H. Lawrence, he read it in a book, that there was no room in that world for a mountain lion and me. That there was no room in this world for a mountain lion and me. And similarly, he felt that there was no room for a leopard. So this is it. This is a story, and if you would like to listen to the story, I have already recorded it. It's in an audio book form in YouTube. I would leave a link here below, and you can click on that link so you can listen to that story even if you're doing other things. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.